Okay, so this recording I'm doing for someone specific, but it's actually more of we'll just cover chakras because someone was asking me on Twitter about chakras, and it's too hard for me to sit there and try to try to type it up and tell you what it means. It's going to take too much time for me to do this. So this is for Mueller birth. Okay, and you're on Twitter. You asked me about chakras and and what they are, and so it's been a while since I've really even thought about them, and it's actually a very important part of life and spiritual development, and especially your spiritual work. And a lot of people don't realize how much they really do control our emotions in our body and how we feel about ourselves, and how we how each of these chakras actually affect our livelihood. So the first chakra is your base chakra, okay? And it's usually let's see, where is it located though? I don't remember where it's located. It's known as the root chakra, okay? It's the energy center that is situated at the base of the spine and most closely related to all your earthly issues, such as survival, the physical body, issues of money, sustenance, safety, and shelter. To balance this chakra, practicing yoga can be extremely beneficial. Dancing or light physical exercise will help keep the energy flowing and harmonious. It's one of the reasons why when you go and you work out or you're just dancing around at home, don't you realize you have an uplift? I mean, okay, yeah, you have an increase of the I forgot what those hormones are that actually helps increase your life. But this affects so much more, and you don't realize how work and how much work and life takes a toll on your body. Sometimes just even going to the gym. I've been trying to do yoga, and I try, but I have cats, and every time I go and try to do anything that's to the ground, I get a butt in the face. So I can't. It's really hard for me to do yoga. People don't understand me when I say I don't have the room. I don't, because of my cats. But yoga is actually a very important thing, because yoga you can actually use breathing techniques with. Okay, so yoga is just something that will help it. Now, when it's talking about at the base of the spine, it's kind of like at the end of the spine, at the butt area. Okay, I guess you could say, but not like butt, but like towards the bottom area. And if one chakra is out of whack, they all are. All right, and I remember when I was in California on Monday nights, we used to have, not only had Reader Studio, but we also had Healer Studio. And Healer Studio was these people who would come out and they would clear your chakras for you. And I've done it a couple times, and it made me feel so much better and so much more complete. And I was able to go back to my normal life and not be so, I don't know what you say, crazy, I guess you could say. Batshit crazy? I'm not even sure. So the base chakra is something, it's basically about earthly issues such as survival, the physical body, issues of money. So if you're having issues of money, chances are your base chakra is off. And they also have YouTube videos, by the way, that can help you realign your chakras. I suggest you do to go look into them. Find one that you like that resonates with you. Not all of them will, but go with one that you can do. Meditation is also a great way to deal with the chakra imbalance. I know my chakras are imbalanced right now, and sometimes just something small, even as speaking your truth, can actually throw your chakras off. So okay, so just keep that in mind. But that's what base chakra is. Base chakra is about earthly issues. It's about survival. All right, it's all about what goes on here. Okay, and it's all about what makes us feel safe, where our shelter is. And if by chance, if you're living in a cluttered home or a dirty home, your base chakra's off. This is your root chakra. This is what you put into the earth when you're really thinking about it. When people tell you to ground yourself, and this is how I do it. When I ground myself, I actually ground myself from the root chakra down. I very rarely go from the feet down. I go from the root chakra down, because the root chakra is your base. It's what keeps you centered and focused. Okay, and it helps you increase your I don't know, your physical your stamina. Thank you. Sorry, I'm sitting here trying to think of what the base chakra covers, and I have this book that's kind of bringing back the memory of it, because it's been a while. So the sacral chakra, okay. The sacral chakra is the second chakra located 2 fingers below your navel. It relates to emotions, desires, creativity, and sexuality, okay? Sacral chakra is, so to keep this chakra balanced and its energy flowing, try dancing, moving your hips, the lower abs. Use a color meditation and practice yoga. See, once again, practicing yoga. Express your sexuality and nurture yourself. Neuter. I can't even say the word. And remember, you do matter. Sacral chakras actually go along with your self-esteem. Okay, and that's what a lot of it. So when your self-esteem is out of whack, it's your sacral chakra. Once again, yoga is such a very positive experience. It's something that should be encouraged by yes, by all spiritual people, and I know a lot of people do it. And it's something that can actually help you. But you wouldn't think that dancing would actually help too. I'm not one that gets up and dances around the house, but once again, it's because I have cats. My cats are always under my feet. So, but sacral chakra, and there's always a will. Where there's a will, there's a way. And a lot of times you can just do what I do, and I block them out where I want to be. A lot of times, especially when I'm in the bathroom taking a shower, I'll listen to some music or something to help me start clearing out. And I envision the showering of me clearing out a lot of my chakras. But when we're done with the sacral chakras, it's very important. They're all important. There's 7 chakras, by the way, and this is the number 2. And just remember, it's just the 2 fingers below your navel, and relates to emotions, desires, creativity, and sexuality. So if your creativity is blocked, chances are this is blocked as well. Okay? So, if you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing, go do a meditation on sacral chakra. They have tons of those meditations on YouTube that you can use. They also have books you can do. But I like doing visualization using YouTube, because I don't have to sit there and read a book while I'm trying to do it, where I can just simply close my eyes and listen to it through my earphones. So, the chakras, the sacral, it's very important that we clear these chakras at least once a week, especially if you're doing a lot of spiritual work, a lot of spiritual readings. Whenever I do tarot readings, I clear things out. I cut cords, because otherwise I know everything that people are doing. I don't want to know. Okay, so that's your sacral chakra. Your solar plexus chakra, okay? If you notice, it's yellow. The solar plexus chakra is located between the navel area, just below the rib cage. Okay? Now, that to me, okay, so your solar plexus is that triangle that you have that is, where there's no muscle but there's no fat, and it's just like an empty space there. It's also the best place to hit someone if they're attacking you, by the way. But the solar plexus is actually it's a very very powerful chakra to always keep balanced. Now, it represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy center where your emotions or feelings are recorded. This chakra is associated with clairsentient inner feeling, which is major psychic reception area. To balance the chakra, you may want to try yoga. Once again, yoga is a very key word here. Dance and movement, or breathe work with color. In addition, be aware of people who drain your energy. Workshops and classes that focus on empowerment will help you open and harmonize this area. A lot of people who and when they talk about draining, it could be as much as someone coming in and just telling you all their problems, right? And they're venting with you. My life just sucks. You know what? I love, and they're going on and on about, about their so-called friend is being mean to them, but yet they're not doing any changes. That's a vampire. That's an energy vampire. You know what? We all have problems in our life. So it's not our job to fix other people's problems, because what happens is they dump their crap onto us. That's not our problem. you need to understand that when you're dealing with people, even just friends, family, co-workers, customers, wherever you work, I don't care who you interact with, but if they're constantly having problems every day, it's the same problems. It's a broken record problem. This is someone who is an energy vampire. They're dumping their crap onto you. It's equivalent to taking all of their dark energy and just dropping it onto you, and now you feel like shit. All right, and then all of a sudden you're all in balance, and you're just like, what do I do? And you feel drained, and that is a lot to do with it, and it does affect your self-esteem, because all of a sudden you now have their lack of self-esteem, as well as whatever lack of self-esteem you had, and then if you help someone else, that happens, right? It kind of tips the scales a little bit to where it makes things unfair and unjust for you. And sometimes it's better to, it's fine to be someone's shoulder to, or, to cry on, or if they need a vent, that's fine. And that's actually a very admirable thing to do, but it's another to be someone's doormat, all right? Or to allow someone to constantly dump their personal life onto you, and they're not doing anything to fix it. I'm sorry. Those people I cut out. I don't deal with it, because if you're not going to make changes, I don't want to deal with you. And that's pretty much what I do. Okay? Because if I actually did keep all my friends, I definitely have more than what I have on my Facebook. Okay? So, always remember that when people are dumping on you, making you feel like, you feel sorry for them because they have all these problems. Well, these are their problems. They're not yours. And I'm not saying to be heartless, but the bottom line is that you can't help everybody. Only people can help themselves, and they have to work through their problems first. Okay? Heart chakra is exactly what it sounds like. It is where the heart is. Parallel to the heart, the chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be a link between your mind, body, and soul. Balancing this area may take a while, but you should allow all the time you need to do so. So the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others, as well as learning forgiveness, you become more attuned with spirit. Now, heart chakras, okay? Once again, heart chakras, but remember, if someone dumps on you here, okay, what happens is it affects all of your chakras. That's why it's very important you don't allow any kind of dumping, okay? Your heart chakra, we all have, heart chakra can actually be out of line because someone rejected you. Okay, that's one element. Another one is maybe if you're not expressing your emotions to a person that you care for, your heart chakra's blocked. If you're not telling someone what you feel, whether it's true or not, you got a chakra block. It's definitely heart. Heart chakras is all about love and compassion. And one of my biggest lessons in life is learning forgiveness. I have a huge problem with that because once someone wrongs me, it's hard for me to forgive. And I know that's one of my biggest lessons in life. But I also believe in having some sort of a boundary around me. And when people cross that boundary and it's with the intent to hurt me, that's when I cut them out. So when you're dealing with forgiveness and the heart chakra and stuff, make sure that you're also maintaining your boundaries, healthy boundaries. Because if you maintain healthy boundaries, your chakras will be protected. All right? And just so you guys know, that these colors, it actually applies to that chakra. All right, throat chakra, that's right in the throat area. And the chakra is, of course, located in the throat area, like I just told you. It communication, sound, creativity, and the ability to clear audience, inner hearing are associated with it. Many artists, speakers, writers, singers, and individuals involved in the creative arts will often have active throat chakras. To balance and stimulate this energy center, try humming, chanting, singing out loud. It's a great tonic. Most important, if you have something to say, please speak up. When this area is fully activated, don't be surprised when you suddenly became creativity inspired. So the throat chakra is exactly what it talks about. If it's blocked, you're not speaking your truth. A lot of times, especially with me, sometimes I'll get certain people in my energy that I don't want confrontation. I don't want to hurt them, but yet here they are. They've got my word and they're keeping it from me. Throat chakras are also affected when there's any kind of traumatic experience, any kind of traumatic, and then also any kind of like, someone berating you, or someone, even a parent can actually affect a child's throat chakra. That's why a child should always be encouraged to speak, because when a child is encouraged to speak, their throat chakra is never closed. Throat chakras are actually a very important thing in life, because if you cannot speak your truth, then you can't speak about your heart, and then you can't speak about what's important to you, and you're not creating healthy boundaries, and then things really get out of hand, right? So once again, see how all these chakras are all somehow or another related to each other, and they all involve some sort of a movement that needs to be had. You need to keep moving. You cannot just stay stationary in one place and expect your life to change. And that's just the honest truth. So that's what these chakras come in, they help. But when one of them is blocked, and I'm going to tell you right now, if one is blocked, it can affect every single one of them. So that's why chakras are so important, that you understand the importance of how they are and how they stimulate your spiritual growth. Okay? Third eye chakra. Third eye chakra is about, sorry, I'm losing my mind here. This is the most often talked about of all the chakras. The clairvoyance, inner seeing, intuition, higher levels of consciousness are all associated with this energy center found between your eyebrows, just above the bridge of your nose. It works closely with the throat chakra and crown chakra, and will assist you with your psychic, intuitive, inner guidance. You cannot be a psychic if this is closed. To balance the third eye chakra, I recommend that you practice walking, meditation, breathwork, yoga, Tai Chi, visualizations, and color therapy. Don't just focus on this one chakra as part of your development, as it's important to remember that they should all be in balance in order for it to work in unison and harmony. So, the third eye chakra is definitely about psychic abilities. Those of us that are that have the gift, and I'm going to tell you right now, everybody has the gift, but it's up to you if you want to actually open up the chakra and allow it to come through, to develop it, to actually make it more part of your life. Your intuition is so important to your everyday being. It can tell you right from wrong. Sometimes, it will tell you whether or not you're in danger. Sometimes they'll come in and you'll get a feeling like you should just wait. I've actually had it happen where, I was in California, and I take freeways a lot, and I kind of had something tell me to hang back, and I did. And right around the time that I would have been at the spot on the freeway, there was a major accident. And a lot of times your third eye chakra actually controls your intuition, which tells you, it helps you come into contact with your spirit guides. But if your throat chakra is clogged, you cannot come into contact with your spirit guides. And if your heart chakra is clogged, these all work so closely together that you have to make sure they all work together. Okay? So the crown chakra is actually on the crown. It's actually on the top of the head. And it is located at the top of the head and has been called the 1,000-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. This chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To balance this chakra, I find that meditation, breath work, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work best. When properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest source of wisdom. When I first started learning about spiritual work and started learning how to read tarot cards, it was at 3 a.m. I had my spirit guide come and wake me up. 3 a.m., of course, they always have to be here at 3 a.m. I don't know why that's their time, but he had me. There's no sex when it comes to your spirit guides or your angels, but he woke me up and he told me to envision myself with, roots coming out of the top of my head and going into like the records, the Akashic records. I don't know how to pronounce it. Forgive me, but it was like this blue plasma above my head, and he told me to reach in and to connect myself to the divine. That's where all the truth and that's where all my answers are going to be whenever I need them. and it's always there. It's always ever flowing. It never stops, never turns off. Okay, that's what controls the crown chakra. But I'm going to tell you right now, if your third eye chakra is shut down, you can't get your crown chakra to attach to the divine. At the same time, if your throat chakra is shut down, you're not going to hear and you're not going to be able to speak what you see, which is what's connected to the crown, right? Same thing with the heart chakra. Okay, what you feel, you're not going to be able to speak nor see when you're looking into the divine, right? Solar plexus, once again, all of these are all related together. These all correspond, they all work together in unison. So it's very important that all of these chakras are in balance and do not have any kind of negative energy in them. And so it's very important that you learn to what each one is. And think about your trials right now. Think about the challenges you have going on in your life. What kind of challenges do you have going on? Are you not able to speak your truth? Are you not able to tell someone how you feel? Are you not able to feel the essence of the divine, because everything's shut? Is one of these things are blocked. And I'm going to tell you right now, if one thing is blocked, they all are blocked. So you literally have to go through and unblock them all. And you should do it more often than just once. Okay? It's a constant, it's always changing, always happening. Because at any time, one of the things that someone had told me when I was doing my spiritual development, they had told me that when you think about someone, you're extending them your energy. When you talk to someone, you're extending your energy. When you go see somebody, you're giving a part of your energy. What we forget to do is take all our energy back. We just leave it out there as if it's an abundant supply. That's not true. Because what happens is it takes a while for you to recreate it. So at the end of the day, think about who you've talked to, think about what you've done, where you've been, whatever you've done that day, and just imagine all this white light coming right back into your solar plexus, and keep it safe. Fine, go ahead and be compassionate and listen to other people's problems, but bring back your energy when you're done. It's going to make you less, because what happens is if these are out of whack, you're exhausted, you hurt, you have medical issues going on. Okay, now this is not cure anything, and this does not diagnose anything. So you gotta be careful, because just because your chakras are working great doesn't mean that you're going to be completely healthy. We are not doctors. We are not miracle workers. We are not the Grim Reaper. Can't do that. Okay, so always allow modern medicine to go with the doctors. Okay, but this does help a lot. Okay. Try, especially if you're being overly emotional, you're crying a lot because someone broke your heart. Chances are your heart chakra is out of weight, is kind of out of place. And what happens is it stops you from speaking your truth and seeing the truth of the situation. All right, and then it goes down this way, because once this gets all blocked, this all starts getting blocked. It's just it's crazy how this all works. But it actually does work, okay? And I always do visions, meditations or vision work, where I'm bringing my energy back from people, because, sometimes people don't always have your best interest. They just don't. And let's just be realistic. Not everybody's going to treat you the way you treat them. And especially let's say if you're in a relationship and you're doing all the chasing and the other person's ghosting you. That affects your heart chakra. It also affects your throat chakra, because you're not speaking up for your truth, saying, no, I'm not going to allow this to happen. You're hurting my feelings. You're betraying my trust. Right? So it all corresponds. Our throat and our heart chakras are usually the most, and our solar plexus are one of the top 3 that gets the most affected, because that actually deals with a lot of our daily life situations and our and it just affects us. I don't know how to describe it. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I didn't want it to be for too long, but I wanted to give you some. It's too long for me to put it into a tweet, because it would take me forever. and I have other things I gotta do that I can't take forever. But I decided to go ahead and do this video so that way you can have more of a visual and you can look at these cards that I have. And I'm hoping that you understand what, at least get a better understanding of what these chakras are and how they affect you, and try to be a little more conscientious about who you allow in your energy. I'm going to be honest with you, not everybody belongs in your life. Sometimes you have to cut people out that drain you, and you know, even if for people that you love, sometimes you just have to walk away. Okay, so anyways, you take care. Okay, thanks.